it's Kelly, the Frugal Fun Mum here in Adelaide, Australia. Welcome to the channel and to today's video where we have a food challenge to feed my family of 4 for $100 or less. In this family, we have sensory, dietary and texture needs that I need to combine and check out in various meals. So while I try and keep as healthy as I can, there are some variants. So we just do what works for us as our family. So let me know what you do, any challenges or things that you have to overcome. We are very basic and simple eaters, so that's why a lot of our meals are pretty straightforward, but I like to share with you guys. I hope it inspires someone, so feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know how many people are in your family, how much your average food cost is, what kind of meals you like to make. As I said, this just happened to be a really good week with the markdowns that I found. It was from a couple of weeks ago. I finally got it all put together for you guys, so enjoy. I'll see you at the end. Okay everyone, here is all of the food that we have for 1 week. My budget was $100. I'll have to double check the prices to be completely honest, because some things I was just buying as I went. And it was cheaper for me to use a gift card because I had a discount off of it, so I've lost track of some of the totals, and a few things I didn't actually get receipts for because they were one-offs and I kind of left without realizing, because yeah, anyway, I'll go through what we have here, and then there's going to be leftovers as well. So I've purchased everything here. Let's go. So breakfast will be crunchy nut cornflakes with peaches, so I've allowed for 2 tins. That will take a week. Morning tea, we'll have bananas, we'll have some apples, probably these won't get eaten. So we'll be able to have a apple crumble. I will buy a new loaf of bread. I've just put this here as a visual, but it's Friday when I'm starting this challenge, so I will need to buy new bread on Monday, but I've allocated that into the cost. I got some pumpkin because it was on special at Foodland. I've gone to Aldi to get this muffin mix that everyone tells me is amazing. I've included this week sugar and self-raising flour. Got some chocolate chips as well. I've got some cream, some for the baking, some for desserts, some for dinners. This was free from a Flybuys offer, so I've included that. But I still bought a jar of passata because I'll need it. I'm going to make a lasagna. This is a squeezy sauce. I'll need this for the biscuits. This is the same price that it would have been from Aldi, but it's actually got more weight to it. I've just thrown in this cheese that we had in the fridge, but otherwise I would have purchased that, and I'll put the price on the screen of what I would have spent to buy it. And we have a tin of pineapple and a tin of tuna. We have some oats, either for breakfast if people want them, or for biscuits. I'm going to make an Anzac slice. I've gone to the reject shop to get some spaghetti and some spiral pasta. I've got a packet of chicken noodle soups for one of our dinner meals. Honey mustard chicken, that was free with my Flybuys offer. And I got a pack of chow mein stir fry because it was on special. And I'll see if I need it this week. I just grabbed it just in case. So I might have gone over the budget as I said, but I'll probably have leftovers. I've got some margarine for baking and then just for general stuff in the house. I got 2 litres of milk because it was marked down, and this will be good for a white sauce and anything else that we need. Probably didn't need this much, but always good to go over. Chocolate milk for drinking in general, so I have included that because sometimes that is like an afternoon snack thing. I've got 2 packets of chips here because again they were on clearance, so these will be afternoon snacks, or I can put them in little Ziploc bags for recess snacks if they don't have any baked goods to take. I got a dozen eggs. They were on special at Foodland. I've got this chicken because it was on special from Foodland for $5 and it weighs just under a kilo, so a bargain. I've got some chicken mince because as you see it's on clearance. This will probably go half into a quiche and then half for some chicken patties. I've got some bolognese mince here because again it was on clearance. This will make a lasagna. And then this mince, probably half, will make some meatballs or spaghetti bolognese. Might make some chow mein, again just depends where we're at. I've got these potatoes here. I've got some carrots here. This is the 1.5 kilo because it was cheaper than buying the 1 kilo bag. I've got a lettuce. Again, this is last week's lettuce, so I'm just using it up. I put again a picture of what I would have paid because there was one on clearance, so I would have bought that, and we have lettuces in our lunches every day. I got some champagne leg ham for lunches, and also we'll have a pizza because it was on clearance, so I got that. I got a packet of wraps. These were actually free, a scanning policy from Foodland. I wasn't expecting it. I was happy just to get the price, but she said I could have it for free because it was a scanning policy. I got some chicken loaf for my daughter, which she's already opened. So I've put that in the fridge, but I've just included it to show you guys the price, again, for her lunches. And yes, got some pizza bases because, again, they were on clearance. Yes, I could make my own pizza bases, but they don't taste very good. And at least these pizza bases are the same every time. So I buy them when they're on clearance because it means it's a successful dinner. I've got a cauliflower. Only my daughter and I eat it, so that could be quite interesting. Again, it was on clearance. And the pumpkin here, I'm not sure if I talked about that. So part of that will be for a meal, one meal, and then maybe a pumpkin soup. I will see. So we have the chicken. This will do 2, maybe 3 dinners. I need some for the pizzas, some for chicken noodle soup, and then maybe some for a chicken and rice dish. So the rice, which I forgot to put out, so magically it is here. It was in the bag on the floor. I forgot to pull it out, so I will include that in the price. I would have purchased at Aldi, but they only sell a minimum of 2 kilos, so I just wanted 1 kilo because that will take us through a week. So we'll see how we go. And I just had this in the cupboard. It was previously a markdown, but I will put down the price of what it is at Foodlands because it's cheaper than Coles, and I would have purchased one, but I want to use this one up as we have just opened it. I bought some frozen corn kernels, so I'll include that. And also I've got these chicken nuggets here. I've just grabbed them out of the freezer because we need to use them, but I would have purchased a special that I saw today, and again I'll put a picture up. So I'll take 400 grams out of this pack, and then that's what will be for this week for my son, as well as some of the other things that he will have. So there we go. There is everything that we have here for our meals for a budget of $100, which no doubt I have gone over, but I can tell you that some of those meals will be double, and so it will actually extend out. We like to do pancakes on the weekend, so I asked hubby to make them because he's the pancake man, and I asked him for a recipe and he said bit of this, bit of this, bit of this. So don't really have anything concrete to share with you. So that's how we do pancakes. And if we have any leftover, they're great for afternoon snacks. Our lunch is pretty basic wraps or any toast or whatever, depending if we're home or not. And then let's start on the main meal. So the first thing I'm doing is actually measuring out the 400 grams of chicken nuggets, as I said. So they're in a separate bag ready, and pulled all the chicken off the kebab skewers. And I'm cooking half here, and then that will go towards pizza and also chicken with rice. And then the other half is going into the pot to make the chicken casserole noodle soup thing. I'm just prepping the veggies, so making some chips for my son to have on the side of his nuggets. And he has corn and carrots pretty much each night with them, so he's getting a little bit of veggies. He has a lot of sensory and texture needs, so we need to work around them. And I make my own chips now. We have some oil that we fry them in because I don't really like air fryer, just find it easier to do on the stove. And then chopped up all the veggies for the chicken casserole. So we've got in here carrots, pumpkin, and there's some sweet potato as well, and then that's gonna cook for another half an hour or so. I'm chopping up the rest of the pumpkin. Half went into the casserole and then the other half is here going into the freezer for another meal. So here's my son's chicken nuggets, chips and veg with tomato sauce. That's important, gotta need that. And oh yes, this last step to finish the casserole, put in a cup of pasta and put in the soup mix and mix it all around. It made 4 servings, so that was good. The minced meat we have here, I divided in half. I cooked half for this one meal. It's made like a spaghetti bolognese using half the jar of the pasta sauce that was free. I put in some carrots and some corn, and we've cooked some spaghetti on the side. My son just had spaghetti with veggies on its own. I didn't quite film that because we got really busy, but then the bit that's left over, this is what I had when I got home. The next night we're making some chicken patty burgers. These are literally made up. So I halved the chicken mince, and in one bowl I've put an egg, I've grated a carrot, I've put in some corn, and I toasted a piece of bread to an inch of its life. And I broke it up to put it through just to help bind it all together with the egg, and it made 4 patties, and I cooked them in the oven for 20 minutes. They were really yum, which surprised me. We were really pressed for time tonight, so I didn't make the cauliflower bake, but I did put the cauliflower in the freezer, so no doubt that will probably run on from next week. I've made some chips as well to go with it. So again, my son's having chicken nuggets, chips and veggies, and we've had chicken patties and chips. As I said, we're really pressed for time, so yes, it's not huge. Next night we had fish patties, which is just grated potato, corn and tuna, and my husband makes these and they're delish. And then the next night we had that leftover chicken that we'd cooked, putting in here the packet of the honey mustard sauce. We'll put some cream in here. We've cooked some rice on the side, so there's another meal. The next night is lasagna, so cooking that first pack of mince and putting in some chopped up carrots and some corn and a jar of the passata sauce. I used the whole jar because I wanted to sort of make it a little bit more liquidy than normal. Put in some corn and mix it all around. Then we're making the white sauce, so it's just butter that you melt or margarine, put in the flour, mix it all around, add in the milk. I usually use about 1 litre. I know it says just use 2 cups, but I always make a lot. But I kind of go a white layer in the base, then the pasta, then the meat, then some white sauce, then the pasta, then the meat, then the white sauce, then the pasta, then the white sauce. So I do a lot of white sauce compared with probably what normal lasagna people do. The next night I used the leftover chicken mince that we had, and I made a crustless quiche. So I've got 6 eggs in the bowl here. Take out parts of the shell. I've put in some of the cream, I've put some corn in, and then I've put the mince in here, as well as about 1/3 of a cup of flour, I never measure anymore, and some grated up carrot as well. Mix that all around and put it in the oven for about half an hour. It can make 6 servings. I just made it for 4 to help feed everyone, and yeah, it was really filling though. Our last meal is an upside down shepherd's pie because I ran out of time to actually cook it in the oven. So leftover mince, a carrot, corn and the sauce, put it all together, and mashed potato on the bottom instead of the top. Still tasted delicious. Then I've made the brownie mix for dessert. This made 8 pieces because I thought let's all have a big piece of brownie, why not? So the first lot of 4 we had hot out of the oven with some cream for dessert, and then the other pieces we just had as morning tea the next day. So the 2 pictures at the end, I made Anzac cookies and chocolate chip cookies. I had an issue with filming, so I've made that before. They're on the channel and well in other videos, so you can check out them. I have separate videos on the channel as well. You can check out this video, which seems to be super popular at the moment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!